If you're already thinking about investing in SEO for your SaaS business, then I don't need to tell you about the huge profit margins, the steady flow of leads, or the fact that it will massively increase the value of your business. But I do need to tell you this: the timing of your investment could make or break the success of your entire venture. When I grew my SaaS product, the CV builder platform StandOut CV, we actually started investing in SEO 4 years before the product was even built. And although that helped us to reach £1 million in revenue within a few years and ultimately sell the business, it's probably not the right approach for the majority of SaaS companies. In fact, in most cases, if you start investing too much in SEO too early on, you'll burn through lots of cash without seeing any results. But leave it too late and your competitors will have already dominated your search market, and you will find it very, very hard to take it back from them. So I'm going to break down how much you should invest into SEO at each stage of your SaaS business, what type of SEO work actually makes an impact at each stage, and most importantly, what results you can expect to see in terms of traffic and signups. And this video is part of a SaaS growth series I'm making, where I'm sharing everything I learned from building and eventually selling one of the UK's biggest CV builder SaaS platforms. So if that's the kind of thing that you're trying to do, it might be worth subscribing. At this stage, you're not trying to scale traffic to the moon. You're validating the product and getting feedback from the market. But that doesn't mean you should completely overlook SEO at this point. The absolute first thing you should do is some basic product keyword research using a tool like Ahrefs, because this will show you if people are actually searching for a solution like yours, and it will give you some keywords to build your first landing pages around. Because if nobody is searching for the problem you solve, then you probably need a better product idea. The next thing to focus on is making sure that your website has a solid technical setup. And that just means that the pages should load quickly and that it's easy for search engines to crawl and index the content. Then build your core website pages, your homepage, your about page, and maybe one strong piece of pillar content that is highly connected to your product. This will start sending some early signals to Google on what your product is about and why your brand is an expert on that subject. At this stage, spend as little on SEO as possible. All of this work can be done by founders or early stage marketing team members, maybe pulling in freelancers occasionally. Right now, you're not going to see thousands of visitors flooding the site, but good signs that you're on the right track are pages getting indexed and starting to see some impressions in Google Search Console. But SEO is a long-term play and it can feel painfully slow in the beginning. Trust me. At StandOut CV, we started the work all the way back here, but results didn't start showing until around here, but then they compounded and they stayed around for a very long time. Now the product is validated and you've got recurring revenue coming in. So SEO becomes less of an experiment and more of a necessity to reduce acquisition costs and stop relying so heavily on paid ads. Because you need a growth strategy that doesn't involve donating your entire marketing budget to Google and Mark Zuckerberg. So now is the time to start investing in landing pages for bottom funnel keywords. These are the searches that will attract people who are very close to buying your solution. Things like best payroll software or CRMs for marketing teams. These type of keywords are your quickest route to organic signups. And at StandOut CV, this was a big turning point for us. A lot of our early growth came from targeted landing pages built around very specific job seeker searches, like this CV template PDF page, which generated £158,000 in revenue. The next thing to focus on is building topical authority, proving your expertise to search engines with articles and guides. But be cautious here. Don't start pumping out huge volumes of AI-generated content that adds no value and doesn't fit into your sales funnel. Instead, build a handful of high-quality pieces that are closely tied to your product. At this stage, I'd also start building links consistently to start driving domain authority up. Not through spammy schemes or cheap link packages on Fiverr, but through real partner relationships. Things like integration partners, founder interviews, podcasts, and content partnerships with non-competing businesses in your niche. Now, this is where SEO budgets start becoming justifiable, but don't go too mad just yet. Between 2 to 5K per month is enough to generate results here, whether you're hiring internal staff or outsourcing to an agency. And within a few months of ramping up activity, you should start to see things like top rankings for high intent keywords, your brand being mentioned in AI overviews and ChatGPT, and a steady flow of conversions from organic traffic. Now, this is the point where SEO moves from being a nice to have to a core marketing channel that drives lots of revenue. At this stage, organic visibility is one of the business's biggest assets, because now you're not just trying to rank for a few keywords, you're trying to own entire search categories. And this is where you should start expanding into new use cases, new customer segments, and even new countries. You should also be continually updating and improving all of your existing content, because once competitors see that SEO is working for you, they will start coming for your rankings. This is also the stage where linkable assets become incredibly valuable. Things like original data studies, free tools, and statistic roundup pages. These are useful resources that will attract lots of quality backlinks naturally over time. We published dozens of these at StandOut CV, and they were a major driver of domain authority and traffic. This is where SEO investment starts becoming quite significant. You'll most likely need your own in-house SEO staff combined with an external agency, and you'll probably be spending at least 10K per month. But by this stage, the returns can be phenomenal. SEO will now be driving a large percentage of your new signups. It will be reducing your customer acquisition costs significantly, and it will have made your business very attractive to investors and buyers. Because once your website has the lion's share of the search market in your industry, competitors can't just switch on a few Google ads and catch you up overnight, because you've built an asset that is incredibly difficult to compete with. SEO is crucial for any growing or established SaaS business, but if you get the timing wrong, you will not see its full potential. You need to match the strategy to the stage that your business is actually at. And if you'd like a closer look at the exact SEO strategy I used to grow StandOut CV to £1 million in revenue, then I'd recommend checking out this video.